Is copywriting a get-rich-quick scheme? So a get-rich-quick scheme, very simply, is just any sort of opportunity that is presented to you as having the ability to get you rich quickly. You know, it's in the name. But the hallmarks of a get-rich-quick scheme are get rich quickly, but with little effort, little risk, and little skill involved. Now, important for the answer to this question is for you to understand the difference between a get-rich-quick scheme and a opportunity that simply has the possibility of getting you rich rather quickly. So a simple analogy that I could use to help you understand the difference is that, for example, the NBA. A number of people getting into the NBA, the National Basketball Association, they sign and overnight they become millionaires. Would we call basketball a get-rich-quick scheme, though? No, it is just an opportunity for some very exceptional people, keep that in mind, to get rich rather quickly. And so there we can start to see a little bit of the difference between simply some opportunity that can get you rich quickly versus a get-rich-quick scheme. Let's go back to that NBA example that I just gave. Let's say on this video right now, I gave you a thrilling opportunity to make the millions that basketball players make, to get signed the way that basketball players do, and to do it very, very quickly in less than a year. And also, by the way, you don't even need to be a good basketball player to get signed to the NBA. Obviously, that's going to sound unbelievable. And that is because I just framed, again, one of those opportunities where somebody exceptional can get rich. I have now framed it as a get-rich-quick scheme. And there we can start to understand the difference. Copywriting is certainly a profession where a few very exceptional people doing the right things in the right context for the right businesses and at the right time can absolutely get rich quickly. I've seen it again and again, and I've seen it across niches. It really doesn't matter like what niche you write for, because when lightning strikes, somebody can absolutely get rich as long as they are positioned correctly to receive whatever luck happens to befall them. And let's keep in mind, you have to be skilled enough to actually take advantage of those opportunities as well. But is copywriting a get-rich-quick scheme? There are a number of people who are framing it as such. And I'm sure that you have heard a number of these promises. I'm sure that you've seen a number of these videos that talk about and frame copywriting as one of those opportunities to get rich very, very quickly with little effort, little risk, little skill. That is the hallmark of a get-rich-quick scheme. So when somebody promises you copywriting, advancement in copywriting, with little risk, with you having to develop little skill or only a very small subsection of skills that businesses super value or whatever, and that it requires very little time, effort, energy, what have you, then that should be a red flag to you. And we have other videos on the main channel that talk about that. We generally on this channel try to warn you to stay away from those people and instead focus on the types of skills that when lightning does strike and you are in the right opportunities, writing for the right businesses and writing the right kinds of copy, you can actually catch on to a wave and slowly or even sometimes very quickly advance your skills. It is possible, as I say, but it is not necessarily probable for you to get rich as a copywriter. The number of people who get rich as a copywriter, like just purely as a copywriter, we're talking in the hundreds to thousands of people on the planet, like fractions of a percent of people. But also that just comes down to your definition of rich. Like for some people in some parts of the world, a few $1,000s a month, that's going to make you wealthier than most of the people in your region. But in copywriting, where the median income for a copywriter in the US is like around $80,000, that average salary is not going to be enough to really sustain you. Like, for example, where I live in Florida, you're not going to be able to get very far with $100,000 a year. Truth hurts. And so wealth is really contingent and really contextual, not only on where you are and like geographically, but also like age-wise. It's also going to depend a lot on your goals, the things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. And that's going to be different for every single person, what getting rich actually is. And for some people, getting rich quickly is a few years of concerted effort before you coast and collect those checks. For some people, if you can't get $10,000 a month within your first month, then copywriting is not right for you. And if you are one of those people who says, oh, I need to get rich within 30 days, I need to retire my parents in the next 2 months or whatever, I've seen a lot of people say these kinds of things. For those people, copywriting is probably not right for you. It is challenging, to say the least, to get that level of income that quickly unless you have some sort of inside connect, or you're already working inside of a business, or you happen to like craft an offer that, like winning the lottery happens to take off, at an opportune time for you. But for most freelancers who are like just learning this skill and who have no other advantages or privileges, you can get to that level of income. It's pretty close to average. Let's be real. The $10,000 a month, I mean. But exceptional wealth beyond that, it takes skill, it takes effort, it takes time. So for that reason, I don't think copywriting is a get-rich-quick scheme at all. But it has certainly been marketed as such. And so be careful of the people who make those sorts of promises, because they are usually trying to mislead you to do something that is against your best interest and in their best interest. Anyway, that was the answer to your question. No, copywriting is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, you can get rich quickly as a copywriter. It just, a lot of things have to align. And if you're okay with that, then copywriting is still a hell of a career, even if you earn only an average income. So there you go.